The decision to slap a 1.75% tax on electronic transactions has been met with fierce opposition from a number of Ghanaians. For many, this is a deviation from government's plan of digitizing the economy and an action that will only worsen the plight of Ghanaians. A video of Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia speaking against taxing mobile money has been pointed to as a testament of this deviation.
The point is that you are not taxing mobile money, and it is, for me, my view and that we should not tax mobile money, because mobile money transactions, a lot of the people who are using these transactions are very poor people. You know, someone will get sent 5 CDs on mobile money. Why would you want to tax that?
But the government has since maintained that the move will increase revenue for several developmental projects. Key stakeholders who may play active roles in the implementation of this tax say the announcement came to them as a surprise.
When we got this information, when the minister went to Parliament yesterday, it was surprising. There had not been any prior engagement.
We were expecting that, if for nothing at all, government will have to consult us or do the needed extensive engagements before finally thinking of including it in such policy for the year 2022.
The underpinning rationale for initiating this tax is born out of the increasing number of electronic transactions carried out by Ghanaians. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, while making the announcement, indicated that the value of transactions in 2020 was estimated to be over 500 billion Ghana cedis. Mobile money users, however, have bemoaned the additional cost this will bring on electronic transactions.
If they can do something about it, it will be very nice, because it's too much. I'm not going to lie to you.
Communications Minister Esla Owusu-Ikufo has, however, assured that the government will soon engage telecommunication companies for a possible review of the service charges on mobile money transactions.
The service providers are collecting 2%, one from the sender, one from the receiver.
Yeah.
And I think that we need to look at that as well. I'm built to have a conversation with them tomorrow on this matter.
When approved, the tax is expected to be applied to bank transactions, mobile money payments, and inward remittances. Some believe this will erode the gains made in the financial inclusion agenda.
Definitely, the rationale being would all now start, paying cash. So the thing that we have been trying to correct, where you go to, say, the Accra Mall and you see people go to the ATM to cash money and then go and use that, to pay for services at either Game or ShopRite, then that is going to continue. Another example is that the work that has been done with all stakeholders, and we are pushing back on the volume of scratch cards that are actually sold, and we're pushing for a lot more where you can use your bank, app to be able to purchase your airtime, or you can use your mobile money to purchase airtime. If we're not careful and we decide that if you went to buy your airtime using this electronic means, you then have to pay an extra 1.75%, then we'll now be reversing all of that and going back to where people then have to take cash and go and buy a scratch card, you scratch it before loaded.
Mobile money agents also fear their jobs and investments are at risk.
The customer needs us, we also need the customer. And so if the customer is not feeling so much comfortable transacting business using the mobile money platform, then it means they may try to resort to other means of getting their businesses transacted. And it will be at the expense of the mobile money agent.
Government officials, however, insist the policy has been thoroughly analyzed to exclude the poor, which will prevent the scenarios painted by persons opposing the tax.
You think that it is easier to go back to the cumbersome nature of transacting in cash, forgetting about the convenience, which we all have to pay for to ensure that that service continues running. If you think it is easier to carry money in sacks, and risk being attacked by robbers along the way, and take transportation to carry that money to wherever we need to take it to, and factor in all that cost, won't you at the end of the day come to the conclusion that it is cheaper to still use the digital platform?
Despite these assurances, some tax analysts have made references to sub-Saharan countries like Uganda and Congo, where mobile money usage has reduced after similar tax decisions were implemented to oppose the policy.
We saw in Uganda a similar thing was introduced, 1% on mobile money transactions, and over 70% of subscribers stopped using Momo, and they have reduced it to 0.5%, and still people stayed away from that. So apart from the fact that it's a threat to our digitalization agenda, the next issue is that the rate is very high. 1.75% is very high. So telcos are taking 1%, and then government is going to take 1.7%. That is almost like 3%. I mean, I would prefer to use cash.
The policy has been regarded by many as a substitute for the scrapping of tolls on roads and bridges. Revenue generated from it is expected to be used to support youth employment, cybersecurity, and digital and road infrastructure. But how much is government expecting to make of this tax?
If you're looking at the merchants, debit payments, sending transfers to vouchers, and the cash outs, we're looking at 440 million from the merchants. If you're looking at GIPs and merchant payments and direct debit payments and organizations paying to customers and paying bills and sending monies, we're looking at 45 million. So in total, it is possible for government to get about 500 million from this in a month. Yes.
So that's for mobile money?
No, that's for mobile money, and then yeah, that's for mobile money.